on a deeper level, it's probably our belief that actually, if you take action, change follows in a way.
Yeah, also that still the reason why we became architects is to somehow get involved in the shape of our surrounding, and of course nowadays it sometimes seems to be kind of difficult or chaotic, the situation, and so the motivation behind specifically what we do is what Leonard says, to get this freedom to do what we want to do. I mean, because it's not that easy maybe to figure the ways of perceiving something. Everything. I mean, it's inspiring can be everything, and it's really. Just yesterday we were in an opera that we were there because of the building, but also because of the opera, of course. And while the opera I started thinking about operas and how an opera could be organized, or what I'd like to see. So in that sense, the opera was inspiring.
Or if you you say everything is inspiring, I think like maybe one could also say like information, like or knowledge. Like whenever you find out something new, if it's on a technological level, or you find a new material, or you find out about some project, it's that information that actually makes you start thinking, or that
we are provoked by. The first thing that came into our minds are actually political things, like how we are provoked by populist claims against better knowing. For example, we are provoked by the fixation, or the fixation on measuring wealth via the GDP, for example, or that are things that provoke us, for example.
But I mean, of course, there's also architecture that provokes us. And that usually, I think, is the strongest repulsion. Basically, I think comes from architecture, which is very much occupied with itself. I think, in a way, maybe even more than purely investor-driven architecture. I think. I'd say personally. I think it would be nice if maybe like we as architects, as a collective, basically, if we would kind of be able to find a new type of vernacular building, which is not so much occupied with
reinventing itself,
reinventing the
time.
wheel all the time. I think, I mean, that's a challenge.
And that, of course, like has in mind what is there, what is like in terms of resources, what is there to use and use it the right way, I guess.
Yeah. So it's on both sides of the architects and the people. Maybe that the people understand more what architecture can do for them, but also it's on the architect side to understand more how they have to design, or how they have to see themselves in that process of creating space. That's a challenge.
I mean, maybe ideally, the architect should be an architect in a way, working on buildings, but since the world isn't ideal, I think our solution to that is that actually taking an entrepreneurial standpoint is a role the architect could take. But I mean, I guess whatever lets him operate in some sort of freedom is a good thing to pursue, and that can be mastery of some technology, or it can be entrepreneurship, or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, this creating a space with all these conscious about all the parameters that influence architecture, like the climate, the people, the tradition, all this, the economy, all these facts make it a pretty hard and complicated task to be an architect that is actually building. So we think that, for example, what we do, or what some architects nowadays do about concern about the city, and it's more this interventional acting, is, we think it's like an in-between stage. So in the end, hopefully, it will be about building, and there will be other names for the rest, maybe other professions. Thank you.